I want to correct some dangerous misinformation that has been put out there in videos recently that's circulating on social media. This is not about calling anyone out. Notice I'm not tagging anyone in these videos, and I don't want you to either. Okay, this is simply about correcting what I feel is very damaging information that people are irresponsibly putting out there. Okay, the nurse saying they don't care if they get a lunch break, as if this is something to be proud of. This is a massive problem, right? Nurses not getting their legally protected, their legally required breaks around the country. This is a huge, okay, let's take, for example, nurses that are, say, diabetic or have other medical conditions that can't eat, that can't drink, that can't meet their own healthcare needs when they're at work for 12, 13 hours. Because people are perpetuating this, archaic mentality that nurses must sacrifice everything, including our legally protected breaks. Nurses suffering medical consequences because they don't get their breaks, okay? What about the moms, nurses that are breastfeeding, that they don't get those legally required breaks, and they can't pump or they can't eat or drink enough to maintain their milk supply, and they end up with mastitis and other issues, and they have to quit breastfeeding? Why do you think that there are so many class action lawsuits around the country that are awarding millions of dollars to nurses and healthcare workers that aren't getting their breaks, right? This is a huge problem, widespread. Most nurses don't have the benefit of a union to do anything to protect them. This is wage theft. Employers are stealing millions and millions of dollars from employees everywhere, all the time, every year, right? Because they're taking out the 30 minutes that you're working through. This is not something to be proud of. I think actually it's shameful, because there are nurses, there's new grad nurses, there's impressionable nurses out there that are going to look at that and go, well, I mean, yeah, we have to take care of the patients, and if they can do it, I can't do. No, this is bullshit. How about we stand up for basic human needs and basic human rights that are legally protected? Like, this is the bare fucking minimum, okay? There's another video, and I don't think it's even by a nurse, that's talking about how dangerous it is to patients when nurses and healthcare workers report to law enforcement when they have been assaulted by a patient at work. It's dangerous to the patient. Nurses and healthcare workers are assaulted, sexually assaulted, abused, killed these days on a daily basis, right? All around the country. Massive epidemic proportions of violence against healthcare workers. And this person is out there saying how dangerous it is for the patients if we report them. Listen, the overwhelming vast majority of patients that assault healthcare workers know exactly what they're doing, okay? No one's talking about 93-year-old Meemaw and Alzheimer's, right? No one's talking about that. The vast overwhelming majority know exactly what they're doing, and they're doing it with the intent to inflict harm and injury. Anything less than telling nurses and healthcare workers to assert their legally protected rights and file those police reports is unacceptable. It's dangerous, and it's only going to lead to more death and injury.